All righty, welcome, Earth Dwellers. I am coming to you on February 25th. The beautiful planet of Venus has now joined the Sun in the sign of Pisces, and Neptune is also there, its home sign. So hopefully you are taking this time to soften. Pisces is a receptive feminine energy, and we are getting this build up momentum waxing into the full moon that is happening this weekend, the 27th, in the sign of Virgo. Again, another feminine receptive energy. I know I'm just going to share my experience with all of the energy that's been in Aquarius. I found myself very intellectually busy. And so I really had to soften that intellectual mind and really sink it down into my heart space. I'm sharing that because I know that can benefit all who tune in to listen today. So I just ask for you to take a few centering breaths, breathing in the golden divine white light of Creator in through your whole body. On the exhale, releasing tension, softening the intellectual mind, breathing into the heart space. Let's do a few of those together. Softening. Letting go of any of that busyness, any of that tension. So what I'm feeling like is shifting for many of us now is needing to let go and surrender to the intellectual mind and its busyness, the way that it has to try to figure everything out, the way that the intellectual mind is always trying to figure out and plan what the next step is. This energy that's flowing through us now can really allow and assist us, if we work with it, to soften that, to get really in tune with your emotions, right? With the Sun and Venus very close together in the sign of Pisces, to surrender that intellectual mind a little more so that you do not have this busyness, which is crazy because the opposing sign, the axis this is full moon is happening on, is the Pisces Virgo axis. Although both energies, Pisces being water, is receptive and it's mutable. Virgo is also earth sign, mutable energy, but it's also feminine. So I feel like coming on more planets moving into the sign of Pisces and kind of leaving behind a little bit of that Aquarian energy, even though Saturn and Jupiter are still there. It's wanting us to drop down out of that intellectual mind. So mindfulness meditation right now, I've had to do this already being a sun sign Virgo. My intellectual mind was very busy. My Mercury energy, which we all have, was sorting and just trying to intellectually figure everything out. The best thing that we can do to assist us energetically right now is to surrender all that. You could be feeling very exhausted right now. That is, again, par course going into Pisces season, where you just feel like you've been super busy in the intellectual mind. My cat's playing all of a sudden. So this energy is really inviting us to settle down, to surrender, trying to have things figured out. You know, we've all been through so much in this 2020 and 2021 energy so far. We have a little taste of what this Aquarian energy is all about, being at a fixed air sign, right? So mindfulness. I also feel like the big buzz of our energy bodies being shifted and upgraded. And I almost see it as in lower chakra energies, right? The fear, the separation, the duality, releasing that, surrendering that to the higher cause, to Creator, to God, to the universe. And then also an integration, again, because the Pisces symbol is one fish going down, one going up. It's a sign of duality. It's our earthly flesh, but it's also our spiritualness. So softening that, surrendering the things that are of lower density that are coming up within us, and feeling and paying attention to our bodies with this Virgo energy, really listening to it. It's not something new that I've shared here, but listening to our bodies, listening to our emotions with that Venus in Pisces, where your compassion, having a compassion for yourself, surrendering, trying to intellectually figure out, plan, know what the next move is. It's really not supported right now. It's a surrender energy. It's a receptive feminine energy. And I definitely feel that coming up within me as we're building into this waxing phase of the Virgo full moon. I did notice sleep has been a little bit light the last 2 nights. So finally, when I did get rest last night, I just remember I surrender to the divine. I ask that my soul do the work that it needs to do, let my body rest. You know, I've been finding moments of gratitude. And so we have a lot of energetic letting go and also support for divine counsel, for our oversouls, higher selves to be communicating with us, to be softening our human experience a little bit at this time, where we can be that fish that's swimming to the heavens, you know, the one going up, where I'm tapped in, I'm compassionate, I'm intuitive, I'm receptive. So I just feel like 2 different energies at the same time, and how we can slow that intellectual mind down and not and let go and surrender the need to have things figured out. You know, really not an energy of planning what my next move is, or planning what's next, or what's going to be revealed next. Letting that all go, surrendering it, tapping into your spiritual essence, and mindfulness, meditation, deep breath work, and just visualization as well, because that Aquarian energy is the visionary. We can have a vision, we can have a set of vision for the future, but surrendering to having to try to figure out what the outcome is. So with that being said, 24th, and we've been experiencing this actually over the last few days. I'm very sensitive to energy, and it drew me to pay attention to the Schumann resonance, which is Gaia's heartbeat, her frequency, and the fluctuations that we have been experiencing. I started feeling like heart flutters again last night. Again, I'm not replacing any medical attention. So if you're experiencing something that you're concerned about, by all means, see a natural physician or a doctor or whatever. However, the sun, the earth, our bodies, as above, so below, are connected. And I think that it can benefit more and more people to have an understanding of that, and an energetic exchange type of energy. So I would like to walk over to the Schumann resonance as we speak. And I'm going to first pull up this gentleman, Mr. MBB33 is a beautiful website. I actually found him on YouTube, and then I check in with his website to see, because again, last night I started feeling a shift in energy. I was starting to get the heart palpitations again. And so through breath work and through my knowingness of tapping on our thymus, which is above the heart, almost on the sternum, you can get that heart rate back in rhythm again. So if you experience any of these things when the Schumann spikes, and again, you may not know anything about this yet, but because we are energy and we're shifting so much, we're noticing a lot of spikes and solar activity increasing. And so I'm just going to take you over to this article that I found to be quite interesting. Solar magnetics, earth magnetics are your magnetics. Have you ever felt strange without really knowing why? Shortly after a solar flare, which is a coronal mass ejection, enters Earth's atmosphere. You probably didn't even know it happened, but your body did. I'm aware of it. I'm awake to it. I feel it. According to the scientists, solar flares do not change a human's health. A solar flare is an explosion of the sun and happens. Energy stores and twisted magnetic fields are suddenly released. Such intense activity has an influence on our minds and our bodies. More and more scientists are now convinced that our sun affects our mental and physical health. Duh. The sun's activity as it interacts with the Earth's magnetic field affects extensive changes in the human being's perspectives, moods, emotions, and behavioral patterns. I'm not going to read all of this since I gave you the website. However, the Schumann resonance are a set of spectrum peaks in the extremely low frequency portion of the Earth's electromagnetic field. We are energy. The Schumann resonance are global electromagnetic resonance excited by lightning discharges in the cavity formed by the surface of the ionosphere. So that's the embryo sac that Earth is in. So it's the protective shield around. And what happens is when that weakens, it allows for the solar activity radiation to enter the Earth's atmosphere, therefore having a direct influence over us. So every peak, the Institute of Northern Industrial Ecology Problems in Russia measured solar effects from 1948 to 1997 and discovered that the geomagnetic activity showed 3 seasonal peaks: March, May, July, and October. Each peak matched an increased incident of anxiety, depression, bipolar, and even suicide. The scientists to believe that solar storms desynchronize our circadian rhythm, in other words, our biological clock. The pineal gland in our brain is affected by the electromagnetic activity. That's why I do believe I'm light on sleep sometimes. It's like my brain is awake. This causes the gland to produce excessive melatonin, and melatonin is the brain built-in downer that helps us sleep. I'm exhausted. I know for yesterday and today, like just wiped out, but this Pisces energy is also asking us to just surrender and rest. So this causes the gland to produce excessive melatonin. And then the circadian regular system depends on repeated environmental cues to synchronize our internal clocks. The magnetic fields may be one of these environmental cues. Psychological effects of the coronal mass ejection can result in headaches, palpitation, mood swings, and feeling generally unwell. Chaotic or confused thinking and erratic behaviors also increase. So it's weird. At first they're saying scientists don't support it, but then they started studying and go, yes, they do. Well, I already know as a sun sign Virgo and an earth sign Taurus, very sensitive as Neptune being in my first house. I've always been intuitive, very psychic. Now that I'm in beat with that and understanding, well, I feel these shifts. So I checked last night, the Schumann resonance, and we've had the crazy blackout. But then I've also noticed we had a blackout here, and it appears we're going to have another blackout. Again, I don't know if these are man-made or the mechanical part of it's not working. I don't know this. However, you're seeing these lights, these fluctuations again in the Schumann resonance, and this has happened over the last couple of days. Again, I'm coming to you on the 25th. So I started getting headachy yesterday, but I immediately know there's things that can assist us because we are rewiring our whole nervous system. Our bodies, we're all shifting and changing. Again, so is Gaia, Mother Earth. So I immediately took my calcium, magnesium. I always drink a lot of water because that helps us too, as we are energetic beings made up of a lot of water, 80% I think. So again, we're seeing this influx of light and energy. I feel it. I always know. I check these after I'm experiencing something. I could be just feeling a little jittery or off, or like last night, my heart was beating out of whack again. So I immediately started again doing that thymus tap, and it did regulate with some breath work as well. Excuse me. So the K index was in yellow again, which I say is caution. I don't understand all of this scientifically. I'm an energy body. I'm an intuitive. I feel it. And so that's what made me start researching all of this to begin with, because I used to work in assisted living. And anytime we were in a full moon or a building up, because we're already in it, today is the 25th, the residents would be witnessed by me where they were more awake at night, restless, up and about in the hallways, not sleeping. And so I've always, again, with nature and my animals and my pets, I've always known, like, if you watch and listen and observe, they'll let you know when there's a storm coming in. They also feel when we have these raised geomagnetic storms that are integrating into the Earth's atmosphere into us. So it's fascinating. I wanted to share that with you guys before we do a card or two. Again, this Pisces energy is just asking us to surrender the intellectual mind, do your breath work. Energy healing would be very supportive and very beneficial for you guys and myself at this time. It's about surrendering that busy, intellectual, fast-paced air energy of Aquarius. And Mercury is the messenger of the gods. So Mercury rules Virgo, which is this full moon. And it also rules Gemini. So Mercury is now direct in Aquarius, and he will still be there at the full moon on Saturday. So we have to look at Mercury where it is in the heavens with this full moon, because it is a partial ruler to Virgo, and then of course also Gemini, which is where our North Node is. So softening, surrendering. Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, and it's in Taurus, a fixed earth sign. So it is, again, this is the lightning. This is the buzz. Many of you, if you're like me, have been feeling since all of the planets went into Aquarius, like this busy, high energy. Even if you don't have physical energy, just the energy, right? So softening that. I'm excited about this full moon because it is asking us to be receptive. Pisces is asking us to just surrender that intellectual mind, slow it down, take it into your heart space, truly not over analyzing. And it's really a push-pull here because Pisces is surrender. Virgo is too, but Virgo's an earth sign, which is very much so about the details of your everyday life and analyzing and planning in detail. Balance the two out. Meet yourself where you're at. Meet yourself in the middle. Surrender. A lot of the work that we do, even though our society's not taught us this, the most productive times that many of us can have are in those still, quiet moments, that transformational energy. So that's wonderful for me. It's definitely been a work in progress for me to balance that out within myself. I'm a work in progress because I am a sun sign Virgo. I'm Mercury, intellectual, analytical, detail, blah, 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 busy. And I've had to soften that and to meet myself where I am emotionally, physically, very much so paying attention to that body and your intuition and going moment by moment For the first time, it took me 40 years to understand and feel what it meant to just be present in the moment. So that's all I have to share on that right now. But it's profound when you start realizing how you can balance yourself out. And that's by listening to your body. So let's do a card from Kryon. Kryon is a channeler I listen to that deals with the energetics. Of Gaia, Mama Earth. So I just call upon the divine. I call upon Creator, God, the Holy Spirit, my angels, my guides, Yeshua, my Son in Spirit. To allow me to share a message today for this energy update. And I give thanks in advance. So, surrendering to the presence. And I'm feeling this huge with the integration of the light as we're seeing on that Schumann resonance, as we're shifting and changing of the Christ consciousness, of being totally okay right where you're at in surrender. And we're reprogramming ourselves from what we've been taught, which was to be busy worker bees. And so I'm here to say that your most profound and aha moments for your well-being can be in those quiet stillness of not physically doing a whole lot, but releasing, surrendering. You know, one of the prayers that's been coming up for me a lot lately is I surrender it to God. I give it to God. I've done that since 2014 when my son passed away, but it seems like I've really upped that prayer. Again, I listen to my body on that too. What do I need today? And I've been practicing a get up in the morning every day and immediately not having lower intellectual mind. I'm immediately tapping into God, Creator, and saying, good morning, Creator. How do you see me today? And it's pure love. Oh my God, making me emotional because I feel it. It's pure love. We're supported to do good and thrive in this world, and everything seems so backwards on this earth plane. But your presence in every moment is just transformational. So if you're new today, I'm Deanna. I'm an intuitive empath. I'm in tune with my higher self and also not neglecting my human experience anymore. And so I just encourage people and try to empower them to trust their own soul and their own innate intelligence that we all have. So if you are encouraged, please give it a like and subscribe, and I hope you do stay. So what is it that we're feeling with this integration that we've seen in the Schumann spike over the last couple days and the solar activity in the caution zone? I'm doing a lot of grounding, so I'm not getting anxious like I was before. And when my heart starts getting out of rhythm like that, I'm not going into fear. Again, I'm not replacing any medical help that you may need, so that's not at all. I'm just trying to have an understanding shared here with you that we are energetic beings and we're not disconnected from, you know, our solar activity or the earth for that matter. So what is this energy with the Schumann spikes? Your light helps. Your light helps. All right. It doesn't matter what you do. Your light helps this planet, not your works. Your search for who you are helps this planet. Oh my gosh, you guys, what did I just say? We were taught to be busy, busy, busy. And the most profound work that you can do is investing in yourself, like I said yesterday. And in those still, quiet moments, most profound works are done by remembering your divinity of who you are. Wow. So from Lee Carroll, he's the one that channels Kryon. I love this channeling in this message since it speaks to a process that is not obvious but beautiful. Let me rephrase what Kryon has said. The process of searching for truth within your life creates a light that is actually beneficial for the entire planet. In a very linear world, there is nothing gained by your study until you apply it. However, here we are looking at a very multi-dimensional rule. Just the act of trying to find truth creates some kind of energy that goes right into the planet, others around you, and the essence of your own body. Have you ever been excited when you are reading this and you are uplifting? This energy is created and soars to other places. You created it. I love the world, the whole idea of this, and it makes me want to learn even more about the love of God. Pulling this card is a very strong reminder that you are doing exactly what Kryon says enhances this planet. You are searching for light. I invite you to ponder this idea as you study more and learn more about how the incredible process of the Creator works for all of us. So because I pulled this card with the spike of this Schumann resonance, it's clearly telling us that because so many people have woke up, who have started in this pause that we've all been forced into to search for truth, to search for a higher meaning of what it is that we all just been through. And because so many people's consciousness is rising, this frequency that has came in from the sun is a response to our consciousness. It is a ping back from Creator, from the life force of the sun itself, to benefit us, to help us surrender to the divine, to purge away the old things that no longer serve for us, to not sweat the small stuff in life, to not try to intellectually figure everything out because it just adds a burden to ourselves. Integration. Again, like I said yesterday, when you rise, your children rise, your people arise, the whole collective rise. Uranus, the planet of awakening, shifts, cosmic mind, in the earth sign of Taurus, which is also a feminine energy, but can be too fixed in our physical beliefs that many people miss the train of surrender by trying to be too busy all the time, by trying to intellectually figure everything out. They miss the beautiful cosmic energy when God Creator says to be still and listen. That means that is within you. And when you go seeking for that within you instead of outside of you, your light helps the whole planet. Wow, that's beautiful. Beautiful, Kryon. Let's do an I am affirmation. These are always very encouraging. I love this deck. It's a wonderful deck, especially if you're somebody that deals with a very busy intellectual mind and you're releasing a lot of old past traumas and wounds and reprogramming yourself from what society's told you to be to who you truly are as a divine child of Creator, a light. We are from the stars. Wow. One more I am. Oops, I flipped one over. Let's do an I am affirmation that'll benefit everybody who tunes in and listen. I do that breath work in the beginning for people to listen and absorb through their hearts what I share on my channel, so that you're not listening with just your intellectual mind. And I know when I do that and when you receive it that way, that it benefits the whole. So I love that. Be gentle with yourself. I listen with love to my body. As I was saying, with this Virgo full moon energy, we're already in it. It's in the building phase of it. She is intuitive. She is the goddess of the earth plane. She's mutable energy. She knows how to transmute things from low vibration to high vibration. She understands the importance of listening to her body because she knows that it will guide her to what she needs, what food she needs to eat for the day. If she needs to lay down and take a nap, this is wonderful as we're building into this. Remember, this Pisces Virgo axis are both mutable. It's asking us to surrender and be receptive. So listen to your body for what you need right now. I know I've been pretty tired the last 2 days. So I listen to my body now. And if I need to just go rest, I go rest. I allow my body to speak to me. My soul will tell me which vitamins I need to take. My body tells me, get your ass outside and be grounded, but also be connected. And so I hope that you enjoyed this energy share today. Have a very blessed full moon in Virgo. Again, you'll benefit from surrendering and not trying to intellectually process everything all the time, because it just creates anxiety within us. So I send this to you guys with so much love. Shalom.